it's Kelly. Welcome to knee relief. I get a lot of requests asking me for this video and this tutorial, so here it is. All right, we're going to go through stretching, stability of the knee joint, and then strengthening the knee joint. Sound cool? All right, so let's start with stretching out our plantar fascia, which is all of the connective tissue that runs underneath our feet. Okay, so hidden to broken toe pose. You're just going to sit down on your heels and stay there for about a minute. Okay, breathing, relaxing, trying not to focus too much on that intense stretch you're feeling behind underneath your arches, all the way through your Achilles maybe. Sometimes it can go up into your calf, but it is really important to stretch out all of this connective tissue underneath here, because if this is tight, something else upstream is going to be tight as well. Okay, so usually what happens with knee injuries is that there's something tight around the area of the joint, whether it be quads, hip flexors, glutes, plantar fascia, your calf muscles, your Achilles, your tibialis. Something is pulling something out of alignment, which is causing all your pain. All right, so let's fix that. Okay, take a last deep breath here. As you exhale, big relax. All right, get out of there. And now we're going to reverse it. All right, so you have got some lovely muscles along the front of your shin bone called a tibialis anterior. All right, we're going to stretch out that. So grab onto your block. You're going to pop your toes up on that block. Try and keep your ankles as close together as they can, and then sit back down, and you should feel a lovely stretch right along that front. Okay, so just breathe into it. Trying to relax. And again, another minute here, just reversing what we did before. Okay, so we're creating heaps of ankle mobility for us, which will in turn also help our joint above the knee. All right, so take a couple big breaths in again. Exhale. One more big breath in. All right, then slowly get out of there. Well done. All right, roll your ankles around a little, and then let's move up. All right, next muscle we got to open up is our calf. All right, so standing up, pop one toe up on that block. All right, like so. Okay, and then you're just going to gently lean over and try and touch your hands to the block or the step or whatever you've got today. All right, you should feel a lovely wee gentle stretch through that calf there. All right, if you don't, you make it a little bit more intense by stepping your opposite foot over the top of that block. Ooh, that's really tight for me today, so that's all I'll do. Okay, and just breathe in through the nose, out the mouth, and maybe just rock side to side. You should be able to feel some hamstring now as it creeps up that stretch. One more big breath in. Maybe take your foot behind for the last big breath. All right, very nice. Slowly come out of there. Let's try our other side. So toes go up on the block. Take a breath and then reach on over. If fingertips can't touch the block, you're here. All right. Take a couple breaths again, really focusing on that stretch in our calf muscle, swinging back and forth if it feels good. And then if you want a little more again, foot goes right over the top. Ooh, that's a stretch for me today. All right, take a breath. Exhale. Here we go. Use that breath to calm everything down. One more time. All right, very nice. Okay, slowly come out of there again. And now we're going to head into our hamstring stretch. All right, so if you have a band, a thick one preferably, all right, lie down on your back. Let's use this guy. So we're going to lace that thick band through your foot. Hold onto it with your fingers. Take a breath, extend the other leg long, and as you exhale, we're gently going to pull that leg towards you till you feel the stretch in the back of your legs. All right, so take a breath. As we exhale, pull through. Find that stretch, really breathe into it. Exhale. Right, now while we're here, we may as well do a little bit of PNF. Yeah. All right, so PNF is proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. It just means we're going to activate that muscle a little, yeah, and create some more length through it. All right, so we do that by kicking our foot into that band, yeah, putting a little tension on it. It should warm up the hamstring a little. Hold that for 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, bring that leg as close to your face as you can, as it will allow, and relax. Nice. Now if that felt good, you can do it again. If it didn't, you can stay right here and just breathe one more time. Everyone else, big push and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Take another big breath in. Exhale to pull and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Bring the leg back up to neutral, and then what we're going to do is take our same hand as the leg that's up in the air down to the side, and we're gently going to drop that leg over to the horizontal as much as we can. Okay, if it doesn't go all the way down, that's totally fine. Okay, find your position, and then we should get a really lovely IT band stretch, which is the muscle that runs all the way along the side of our leg here, our tendon. All right, so breathe into it. Exhale, relax. As you relax, the leg hopefully drops down a little lower. All right, and again, one more time, breathing in. Very nice. Right, bring that leg back up. And now we try the other side. Okay, so switch your legs, lace the foot through. Take a breath, and as we exhale, pulling that band as close to our leg as possible. All right, breathing in, finding that stretch. When you're ready, let's try some PNF. Okay, so kick your foot into that band. Feel how it really warms up and activates the hamstring. Hold on to that for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, relax, let that leg fatigue, and then pull the leg closer to your face. And feel how it just lets you come a little further. Yeah, okay, take a deep breath in again. Exhale, relax. Now if that was enough for you, you can stay there. If you want another PNF second, you go. Push and hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to pull. Beautiful work. All right, one more deep breath in. Exhale, let the tension in the hamstring go. Nice. All right, come back to neutral. Now, same hand as foot, extends out to the side. Take a breath and gently drop that leg down. All right, that should feel really lovely on that IT band glute, and also maybe some hamstring behind as well. All right, so really relax into that. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to drop. And again, one more time, breathing in. And exhale, let it go. Nice. All right, last big breath, getting really comfy in there. Still actively pulling that hip back as well. Breathing in. Letting go. Coming back up to the top. Well done. All right, let yourself go. Come on up. And now we have our groin and adductor stretches. Lucky us. So let your legs go out to pancake, okay? Take a deep breath in. And we're going to exhale to try and reach over our legs, okay? Just get really comfortable in that position. Maybe rock back and forward to try and find the best stretch. And if you feel good, you can come down to your elbows. Keep rotating those knees up to the ceiling. Yeah, don't let them collapse in. Okay, take a couple deep breaths here. Exhale. And again, one more time, breathing in. Exhale to reach a little bit further forward. One more time, another deep breath in. And then we let it go. Very nice. All right, come on up, nice and slow. Yeah. And now butterfly. All right, so soles of the feet together, knees nice and wide. Hold on to your ankles. Take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to try and drive our knees down to the floor as much as we can. All right, a little bit of active range through that groin. Okay, so breathe in, release the tension. Exhale, drive down, like you're trying to squish something under those knees. Yeah, well, flap your butterfly wings, whatever you got to do. All right, take another deep breath in, release that tension, and then exhale, press down. Very nice, well done. Okay, now we're going to head into a glute stretch. Okay, so 90-90. Here's my favorite. Make sure you have 90 degrees bent into that front knee and 90 degrees bent into the back knee. Now, if this at all hurts to be in an external rotation position for your knee, you can bring your foot in a little bit closer. Just a little bit. I will allow it. Okay? Only if it's discomfortable. Okay? So take a breath. When you're ready, reach over that front leg. Find the stretch in your glute of the front leg and the external rotators. Okay? Big breath in. Exhale, reach over that leg. Try and remain as square as possible. So we're thinking shoulders are in line with knee and ankle. If you can, come down to your elbows. And just stay here for a couple more breaths. Breathing in. Exhaling. One more time, big breath in. Very nice. All right, slowly come on up. Switch your legs, all right? So what we do is a windscreen wiper over to the other side. When you're ready, hands come in front of that shin bone. Find your square. Make sure we really get the stretch through the glute first. So we're external rotation on one leg and internal rotation on the other. You should be getting a lovely little groin stretch through the other side. Okay, if that feels good, you can come down to your elbows. All right, 2 more big breaths here, breathing in through the nose. Now don't be afraid to hunt around a little to try and find the best position for your hips to be in. All right, one more big breath in. And exhale. Very nice. All right, lift the chest up. Okay, well done. All right, bring your legs in front of you. Give them a little shake. All right, there is your stretch sequence for your knees. Okay, so now if you are at all feeling like you need to maybe create a little bit more space in the area, please go through that again. All right, if not, then we're going to move on to stability. Okay, so now we're going to grab our friend, this lovely thick band. Okay, you can get thick bands from so many places now, but one of my favorite places to get them from is 8Fit. I don't have that one today because it's in my gym locker. I'm sorry. Okay, feet go onto the block or the step or whatever you've got today. Pop the band above your knees. We're just going to pop a little bit of tension on that band, so just adduct your knees into that band a little. Hands come onto your hips. You're going to take a deep breath in. As we exhale, roll the pelvis up towards your face, so scoop through, and then slowly peel that spine off, one little vertebrae at a time, into our glute bridge. All right, so we're really pushing our ribs to our hips here, really trying to send light and energy out of our knees, still adducting the band so we get a lovely glute squeeze, and we're tipping that pelvis back as much as we can. Exhale to slowly peel back down, one little vertebrae at a time, bringing a lot of attention to our pelvic floor. All right, there's 1. We've got 10, okay? So come with me, let's go a little faster. Adduct the band, take a breath. Exhale to scoop. Little breath at the top, big engagement of the glutes, and exhale all the way down. And again, deep breath in, tip and roll. Little breath at the top, exhale, roll down. Beautiful. And again, rolling through. Halfway through. Exhale down. And again, deep breath in, rolling up. Still really peeling back down to unlock the lower back, as it really does not get enough of that flexion movement forward. It really sits in extension way too much. Exhale, down we go. And last 2. Down we go. Last one, here we go, peeling off, big scoop through that pelvis, ribs to hips at the top, they staple, we squeeze our glutes super hard, adduct that band, and then slowly peel back down, one little vertebrae at a time. Whew, beautiful. All right, well done. All right, now we're going to try some just normal abductions, okay? So with the band still where it is, all you're going to do is adduct the band. So 1, little pulses, 2, to really feel every level of engagement of the glute, IT band, that pelvic floor, as well as our piriformis. All right, everything on the side of our hips that stabilizes our hips. Usually if there's instability in the joint above or below the area that's hurting, that can also be an issue as well. Okay, that's why we're doing all this fun glute activation. Gotta love it. All right, now we're going to move our body to a different position. Just prop yourself up on your elbows. Okay, and away we go again. Adduct. All right, so now you should feel a very different part of your glute activating. Okay, so really press your feet down into that block or step or whatever you got, and just gently adduct for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. One more body position. You're going to move that block out the way, pop your feet on the floor, lift your body up so that your hands are behind you and your nice neutral spine. And now we go again. Okay, so 1, this should be the hardest one. Okay, so 2, 3, 4. Focus on keeping nice neutral spine, still some tension through that core, and really focus on the feelings you're feeling through the side of your hips and your glutes. All right, go for 3 and 2 and 1. Well done. Okay, that's enough of that. Take your band off. Very nice work. Relax for just a second. Okay, there's 2 of our stability exercises. We've got 2 more. So let's try an internal rotation rolling hip bridge. All right, so this time we're going to pop our band and our block close. Band goes beside us. Block is just going to go in our knees. Okay, if you've got a foam roller, a pillow, anything that you can squeeze in between your knees, it would work as well. Okay, and now we're just going to do that rolling hip bridge. Instead of adducting outwards, we're going to squeeze the block. Okay, it's going to make you feel some really interesting things in your groin. All right, so ready? Take a breath. As we exhale, roll through that pelvis, scooping through, big squeeze of the block. Don't forget to do that. Roll up, tip that pelvis back, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's slowly peel back down, one little vertebrae at a time. Nice, okay, and again, deep breath in, scooping through, big squeeze. Peel up, send some light out your knees, open up the hips as much as you can, then staple those ribs to hips. Exhale, press the palms down and slowly peel back down. Very nice, and again, rolling up. Big squeeze, tipping the pelvis back, and exhale down. And now maybe just notice how different that feels to the first rolling hip bridge when we activate another area of our pelvis. And again, there we go, rolling up. So all these muscles that we're activating now really help stabilize our knee joint, our hip joint as well, and our lower back. Exhale, down we go. Let's try another 3 more, all right? Rolling up, big squeeze. Exhale, down we go. Really still focusing on that articulation, so one little vertebrae at a time. Exhale, down. And last one, rolling through, big squeeze of the block. And exhale. Beautiful, well done. All right, come on up. Now, turn the block another way and take your band. You're gonna pop that band right onto your ankles, okay? Lay back down on your back, bring your legs up to tabletop. This time, we're going to try some internal rotation activation holds, okay? Wow, what a name. All right, take a breath. Think about flattening your spine down to the floor and imprinting down. Squeeze the block in between your knees and then open the band. All right, now what you should feel is some really interesting things at the side of your hips. All right, your internal rotation should be activating and really lighting up. All right, so hold that for another 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, let's try that again. All right, so flatten the spine down, squeeze the block, open the band and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Whew. Now do not be afraid if you are feeling one side more than the other. It's totally normal, okay? We all have a dominant side, all right? And that's usually why we do get lots of compensations, all right? So just shake it out and then we try again, okay? Flatten down, squeeze, open and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. All right, guys, we've got 2 more. Okay, ready? Flatten down, squeeze, and open for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right, last one. Here we go. Flatten down, squeeze and open for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Whew. All right, well done. Gently, as you can, come on up. And that is our stability set, okay? I would encourage that if you are doing any kind of workout that is bothering your knee, you try and do that kind of activation before you do it, okay? It'll help stabilize your knee joint and your pelvis and your lower back, okay? Now, if you are feeling like you do want to do that again, go for it. All right, I'm going to get right into the strengthening section, okay? So here we go. Our first move is a step down, okay? So you're going to come step up on your block, pop the foot up, okay? And then with your other foot, flex your foot, keep the knee nice and straight. And all we're going to do is try and tap the heel down to the floor and then shoot back up without moving the pelvis, without moving anything else. All right? So here is our step down. All right, we're going to do 10. And what that should do is really activate our VMO, all right, our short range of flexion for our knee. Yeah, so down we go. Lift it back up. Our VMO is the biggest and best stabilizer of the internal section of our knee. And if we don't have it, poor knee likes to go in all the time, which is not a good feeling. Okay, so keep it up for 4 and 3. Very good. 2. And last one. Beautiful. Okay, give that a rest. Let's try the other side. All right, so other foot goes up on the block or the step, whatever you've got. Straight your leg out in front of you, take a breath, and down we go. Tap the heel down, lift back up. So really try to keep that pelvis level. A lot of you will want to be doing this. Like, yeah, look me, I can do it. It's totally fine. No, keep that nice and level so we're not compensating. Because compensating is how we get injuries. And that's not what we want to do. All right, so 3 more. Down you go, tap down, lift up, and you should really feel the muscle here on the side of the knee really starting to light up. 2 and 1. Very nice. Okay, relax, shake yourself out a bit. And now we've got a calf raise. Okay, so if you do have a heel lift or a step to drop your foot off, I do recommend it. I don't have anything thoroughly safe here today, so I'm just going to do it with my legs. Okay, one at a time. You can hold on to something if you need to. All right, all we're going to do is go up and down and again. So again, just like we stretch, we've got to strengthen all of the muscles around the joint. So we've got a calf raise, we've got a tib raise, we've got glute work, we've got hamstring work, lots of things to do today. All right, and again, 3, very good, 2, and last one, up and down. Well done. All right, switch legs. And again, up. There we go. 2. And just, yeah, really start to notice from side to side how things change. Because everyone, like I said, has a dominant side. As you can see, this is not my best calf muscle. But that's totally fine. It's not the leg that I did all my balances and pivots and leaps on when I did gymnastics. All right, so take another deep breath in. Exhale down. Last one, all the way up high and down. Very nice. Okay, shake out your legs. Those are the first 2 exercises. All right, our third and fourth is a tib raise and a good morning complex. So you're going to come to the wall. All right. Take your feet about a foot width away from the wall. Hands come just above your knees. All right, from here, we're going to try and lift our toes up to our shins. Okay, so like I said, that tibialis anterior muscle along the front of our shin bones is usually very weak and is not supporting our knees. So this will really help it. Ready? Where we go. All right, drive the knees, drive the toes up and down. And again, 2, 3, and you should start to feel that just through here. Maybe a little bit lower as well. We're going to do 15. Okay, so there's 5, 10. Now to make this easier, we move our legs closer to the wall. To make it harder, you move them further away. Okay, but do just be careful that you're not sliding further away each rep you do. All right, and again, Keep up the tension and the pace. And we're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, well done. Come away from the wall. And now we have a good morning complex. Okay, so take your feet about the width of your mat, hands lace behind your head, take a breath, and then what you're going to do is soften those knees and tip from your hips, okay, to make your chest come parallel to the floor. Right, once you've got that parallel to the floor and you feel the tension on your hamstrings, then you bend the knees, go down to your deep squat, keeping that neutral spine, lift the chest, go back to your good morning shape, and then lift back up. Well done, okay? And again, we go. Good morning, deep squat. Good morning. And up, and again. All the way down. So what this is doing is just really helping all of our external rotators and our hamstrings strengthen our knees from behind. And in positions where it usually would be quite compromised. All right, so down we go again. We've got 2 more. Keeping as much control as you can through the legs. Down we go, flatten down, deep squat, lift up, and rise. One more time, soften, squat, good morning, and rise. Well done, okay? Shake your legs a little, and then we've got 2 more, okay? So bring that block back, pop your foot up on it, and it is time for a split squat. All right, so when you're ready, take that foot into our split squat position. Now, with the front foot elevated, please do make sure that we're not on a tightrope, we're on train tracks, yeah? Because our hip is not a single line. Yeah, let's really focus on that. All right, once you've got your position, tip the pelvis back, squeeze the glute, and then knee tracks over towards the pinky toe. That is really important, okay? So when you come down, knee goes out, we come down and try and get hamstring to touch calf. Now, if that is too much for your knee, you stop just before you feel any kind of pain or tension, squeeze the back glute, take a deep breath, lift the chest high, and press back into your back foot. All right, let's try that again, okay? So down, 2, 3, 4, hold for 1, 2, and then push back up. Let's try that again, okay? And again, down we go, 3, 2, 1, 1, and then another 2 seconds here, press back. Good, and again, 2 more to go, guys. Down for 4, 3, pushing the knee out, 2, 1, hold for 1, 2, lift the chest high, and press back. Good work. All right, one more time, down, 2, 3, 4, hold 1, 2, and press. Awesome. All right, let's try the other side. Sorry about all my cracking. I'm hypermobile, okay? It's normal. Here we are, back on our train tracks. Tuck your pelvis, squeeze that glute, push the knee out to the pinky, take a big breath in, and down we go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the chest, hold, hold, press. All right, 4 more, down, 2, 3, 4, hold 1, 2, and press. All right, guys, the whole goal of this exercise is to get your knee to go right past your toe, right into scary ranges that potentially it doesn't like, because you can only get strong in the ranges you train. Is that right? That is what one of my mentors, Charles Peliquin, said. All right, down we go. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and push. Very good, well done. Okay, shake your legs out a little bit. And then we've got our last exercise, the single leg hip bridge. So, pop one of your feet up. Whew. On the block, one leg goes up into tabletop, palms down on the floor, take a breath, rolling through that hip, squeeze the glute as much as you can, and then slowly come back down. All right, we're gonna do that a couple more times. So roll, hold, down. And again, now we should really feel one glute, the one that's really pushing into the floor, lighting up, and also a hamstring, all right? So roll up, big squeeze of that glute, keep the pelvis steady and level, and then down. Almost there, guys. 2 more. Up and down. Last one. Big hold and release. Well done. Okay, switch your leg over. Make sure the sole of the foot's nice and flat. Lift the other leg up to tabletop. Take a big breath in. Scoop through that pelvis and activate the glute. Roll back down. And again. 2. And down. 4. 2 more. Last one. Whew, well done. All right, bring your knees into your chest, give them a little cuddle. Well done. All right, and then slowly roll back up. All right, and there was your stretch, your stability, and your strengthening sets. All right, we're just going to finish in a frog just to stretch everything out as much as we can through those adductors and groins, because they would have got a lot more attention than they have ever been gotten, okay? So make sure your heels are right behind your knees, just rocking back and forth for 5, 4, 3, bring attention to your belly, make sure it's nice and scooped, 2, and 1, very nice, okay? Toes together, knees together, and then we're done, okay? Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you are wanting to get really into your knees and make sure that they're feeling amazing, can you please do that 2 times a week? Yeah, or when you are doing leg workouts, make sure you stretch before and you stabilize all those little activating muscles that need stability through the knee joint before you do any jumping or running or XYZ. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.